Good morning, everybody. This is Siobhan Shipman Cook with the PK's Talk Back. I am hoping that you will join us this morning as we discuss COVID Chronicles. It has been quite the, 16, 18 months at this point. So we just want to, take some time and reflect. What have we learned? What have we been up to? What are some funny stories that were going on? All that kind of good stuff. I also want you to know that in the background, I have my brother from Erie, Pennsylvania, Jonathan Baker, in the background. This is called Tell It To. He is in the gospel hip hop space. He is also an awesome worship leader. So if you have not heard of Jonathan Baker, make sure you look him up on all of your streaming devices. He's definitely on iTunes. So make sure you check him out. Come on, everybody. Tell me if you are in the house. Take this time to share the video. We are also, for the first time, live on YouTube. We are excited to be in that space. So make sure you go out and you actually subscribe to our YouTube page so that you can keep in touch with what's happening on our end. There are some features that we'll be doing this year that will only be on YouTube. So make sure you click the subscribe button and also make sure that you hit that bell. You can find us if you just hashtag the PK's Talk Back, and that will take you to our YouTube page. I have some company with me this morning. I have Pamela Shipman and Tiffany Croft joining me. Let me see if I can bring them in. There you go. Hey, ladies, what's happening? Oh, wait, you're muted.
Good morning. Happy Saturday.
Good morning.
Happy Saturday. It's so good to see y'all. I think we saw each other last week, but it has seemed like a long time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let me fade out my boy Jonathan. This is my dude right here. So make sure again, it is on his Let Us Stand project. And the song that I've been playing in the background is Tell It To. I'm kind of feeling that beat right there. So yeah. So ladies, what's been happening? Uh-oh. Not too much. No. Well, I know there's been a lot happening just generally in the world, right? So we're all impacted by that stuff. That let me see if I can get us. It kind of looks, no, that's too small. Let me get it back here. There's been a lot happening in terms of politics and social justice, the pandemic. We've been shelter in place for the most part since last March, and we about to be in March again. So a whole year has gone by just about, and we've learned a lot. And I just wanted to take an opportunity to kind of talk about that with our audience. And you guys can tell me what's been happening in your space. What maybe have you accomplished in this pandemic that you didn't think was possible? Want to start with you, Pammy?
Of course. What have I accomplished? 2019 leading up to 2020 with the COVID has been an interesting ride. But through it all, I was able to purchase a house.
Yay!
So I'm blessed by that. And that's all I would say right now. Mine is a long story. So, but I've been blessed. Me and my young adult kids, we've been blessed by God, staying healthy, even when, in and out of the house to go to work and whatnot. But it's been a good ride.
That's good. That is good. What about you, Tiffany?
Well, my year has been a little bit different. Some things I did accomplish. I did get a lot done around my house as far as like some home projects. When you when the cycle of your life is like work, church, repeat,
Mm-hmm.
work, church, repeat. And once you're forced to be home, I guess, for an extended period of time, you realize, oh, I really do need there's just some minor, some things that I could do or need to get done. So I was able to do that. And one of the main things too was I'm able to spend more time with my parents, especially my mom, during
Mm-hmm.
this time. And that's one thing that I've really appreciated, because what I've learned through this whole pandemic is that you don't realize how social you are until you can't be around the people that you love on a consistent basis. And
Yeah.
that time is something that a lot of times we take for granted, and it's something that you can't get back. So I've really learned to appreciate time, and learning how to use the time that I have, that God gives me, to use it more effectively. But another thing I've learned is that as most of us, we are in a place where we've never been before. And my industry that I work in, the hospitality industry, has been hit so hard that I'm like, my new normal, I have no idea what that is yet.
Mm.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's some good stuff. I mean, I've always kind of counted myself as an introvert. And it wasn't until this pandemic, it's like, I actually like being around people. So that's definitely something new that I kind of learned about myself. I always knew that I was kind of social, but at the same time, I do like my space, and I do require like some time to just be with myself in order to re-energize. Um, but I definitely miss people. I miss, being around the congregation. I miss traveling. Oh my gosh. I miss traveling a lot. I miss just, calling somebody up and saying, let's go sit in a restaurant and not have to worry about, protective coverings and who's breathing on my food and all that stuff. So it's definitely been an interesting year. And for me, one of the things that I decided was to go back to school. So that's something that I'm doing right now, um, very carefully, because my time is like really in a crunch, but it's something that I know that is necessary for my own growth and development. So I did go ahead and take that plunge to get back in school. Um, Yay. Lord, y'all pray for me. Like, seriously, pray for a sister. The other thing that I took the time to do was, be on social media a little bit more, because there are a lot of educational things out there that I didn't take advantage of before. Is there anything that you've noticed in terms of social media that you've begun taking advantage of that you didn't before?
Hmm. Well, which was very interesting, I started a virtual fitness class.
Yeah.
And it started out as looking for a partner, because I'm awful out working out by myself. So I figured, having a partner will motivate me a little bit, and I'll have somebody to be accountable to. So I put it out on Facebook, and I got such a huge response that they wanted to join me. So speaking to you, Siobhan, said, why not use Zoom? So, and it all began. So I have like maybe 6 to 8 women, maybe nightly. We're on Monday to Friday still, Monday to Friday at 6 o'clock. And we'll be celebrating a year of our accomplishments in April. So I'm planning a celebration event for us ladies to meet. And so we can celebrate, our accomplishments on losing weight or just being physically fit and healthy. So it's a great thing that I was blessed to do. I never thought I would be on social media doing this, because I'm a shy person as well.
Whatever, yo. You really were going to end that comment like that? That
Yeah,
you're
I
shy?
am
Whatever, yo.
shy.
Nobody believes that.
But I received great testimonies from it. Women who were on high blood pressure medicine are now either off or they were cut back from high blood pressure medicine, losing, just making their goal. So it's encouraging because it's not a competition online and we're not on live. It's a private group right on Zoom, and we just motivate each other. They'll check in if I haven't seen them in a day or two. They're like, "Hey, I'm still here. I'll be in on tomorrow." So we're like really being accountable for each other, so we can stay focused.
That's awesome. Accountability is huge in anything that you're doing. So, yeah, absolutely. That's great, Pammy. So, it's a closed Facebook group that you have?
Yes, so on Facebook, I do have a page. It is closed, just for those who either just want to check us out. It's not public at all. But the class is on Zoom, and you only could get on if I shared the link. You cannot share with anybody else because I want the ladies to feel comfortable, so it's strictly females in this private. Yes.
That's good. That is good. That's what's up. So let me ask you this. We have kind of it, well, let me say it this way. It kind of felt like we stepped back a few decades in this past few years. What kind of energizes you in terms of like social justice? What are your thoughts and what do you recommend people do around this time?
I'll let Tiffany take this one. You're on mute.
That was intentional, Pam, because I was going to leave that to you to answer. It's just, for me, it's just so much, and a lot of it is like touch and go. So, everyone can have their opinion on like, how they think things should run. But I think one of the main things that we need to do as far as social injustice is talk to our children and have that open conversation because they see more than what we may think. And, a lot of times, even as adults, we're like, well, we're stressed out because of the pandemic, but they're going through the same thing, especially our teenagers. So when it comes to issues of social, justice, like, I said, like adults, we have our conversation and how we think, but we also have to remember that we need to include, our teenagers, especially if they have questions. And so for instance, my best friend and her and my goddaughter, they have a thing where every week they watch a black movie. So one night we were talking, I was like, girl, guess what was on? Do the Right Thing happened to be on, and it was one of the ones that we saw when we were coming up. So she was like, yeah, that's, she's never watched it, maybe we should watch it. I said, maybe not. And so she was like, what do you mean? And I don't know for those that remember it or not, but at the end with the big fight scene, with the whole thing with Radio Raheem and the police, I'm like, it may be a little too fresh because he was choked to death. And when I saw that, it made me flash back to what happened to George Floyd.
Right.
And how they just tossed him in the back of the car and just drove off. So I'm like, if you are going to watch it with her, have a conversation first about it and explain it, and then let her decide if she wants to see it or not. I said, because a lot of times things like that are fresh, because it, like I said, it totally took me back to the summer and everything that happened. So yeah, we just have to, I think one thing with social justice, we just have to include our children.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Pam, do you have any thoughts around it?
No, not at this moment.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to adjust here because I was told that they can't see me.
Yeah, you were a little dark. You look better now. Um, I agree with you, Tiffany. Definitely including our children, our teenagers, and young adults. And I think even the children, they see things and they may not always say it, but they are quite aware. I would definitely notice that. And it's important for them to have an understanding of what's going on in context. And that's not just for African American children, that's children of any hue. Like everybody needs to be aware and understanding. I was just on a Black History program with Transformative Justice Coalition. I believe it was last week, or maybe it was the top of this week. And they had a 12-year-old boy from Boston come on and talk. And he actually read a poem that he put together himself. And when I tell you that 12-year-old child has had impact in Boston, it is crazy. Like, he noticed that there were some things that they were being taught in history class that weren't 100% true, or it wasn't put in context. The history from their perspective started from slavery, and he was like, well, we're more than slaves, like our history starts before then, and all of that. And this is a 12-year-old having impact on the teachers. They actually decided to increase the curriculum and things of that nature. So he spoke in front of city council. So this is a child, 12 years old, like I said, who is having a major impact. And so our children are not blind, they're not deaf, they're certainly not dumb. They know what's going on, and there are a lot of them that are speaking up in this time, and that is a good thing. I think that's going to continue to energize the movement and make sure that we keep, some steam behind it. Because if we let certain people have their way, we will be back in 1865, and we can't do that. And that's not good for our nation in general, not just African Americans, but that's the thing. And again, the PK's Talk Back is not a political organization by any means. However, I do believe that we need to be concerned citizens and we need to be responsible citizens. So when things are happening, then we should have some sort of a voice behind it. Why be silent? To me, silence is complicity. So that's how I feel about social justice. We got to keep going. We have to keep going. We got to speak up, and we have to find those avenues in order to participate. We got to vote. We got to make sure that our friends and family are out there voting, and we got to make sure that all people are treated equally. And people always talk about things being better, but I'll always come back and say better does not mean equal. And until things are equal, we're going to keep fighting. That's my take on the whole thing. But I also noticed that things that happened last year in terms of social injustice actually energized a lot of different people to begin movement and getting involved and speaking up. So I think that's a positive, and we can't lose sight of that. We got to keep pressing. We got to keep pushing. And we shouldn't lose lives in order for people to wake up. Like, that's just ridiculous in my opinion. Yeah. All right. So let me ask you this. What are some of your best moments over the past 12 months? Pam's face, like, what?
My best moments.
Best moments, yes.
Well, I had some good ones. So over the summer, I was able to spend a lot of time with my niece. And that was, we had a good summer. We hung out, and I'm like, she's like, well, I just want to hang out with you. I'm like, well, I'm not that exciting, but the fact that she wanted to spend time, like we went swimming, and we were able to just do some things. And then as holiday season came, like for Christmas, We were able to go away overnight, to to see the Christmas lights, and we visited Hershey. So it was a good year. I was able to spend more time with her this year actually than normal. So
Mm.
I think that was, I'm going for Aunt of the Year. So, but it was a good time just to see, just to see her, even in the midst of the pandemic, and because she couldn't hang out with her friends like she wanted to, but to just be able to see a smile on her face, and just to spend, like I said, to spend time with her.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like that auntie role too. What about you, Pammy? Did you have any great moments?
Other than purchasing this house, it's probably one of my best moments because I never thought that I would see the day.
Mm.
Um, you know, yeah. So that's one of my best moments. And I was thinking back around Christmas time, when we set up our family holiday Zoom.
Yeah,
That was fun because most of our family live in Pittsburgh and across the states like California, or whatever,
Maryland.
Maryland. So it was awesome to see all the family actually participate and get together and just see each other's faces, for the first time, probably within a year. So that was one of my best moments too. Just family time, because I'm all about family time, and just being able to purchase something big, so I could take care, of my kids and I, something that we could call our own. So that was a huge moment for me.
Just so you know, they're not kids.
Yeah, yeah, I
They
know.
bigger than me.
Yeah, I
Hi,
know.
Paulette. It looks like you came on. How are you? Do you have audio?
I'm good. It just
There
took me a
she
while to
is.
get in here.
Welcome, Paulette. Welcome.
Hey y'all.
We're good. We're good. We were just talking about some of the best moments we had in 2020 going into 2021. Tiffany was talking about the ability to hang out with her niece, and she is the auntie of the year. And
Hmm.
then Pam was talking about at Christmas time, we were able to do a family Zoom across our family in Pittsburgh and different areas of the country. So that was definitely fun. Do you have any moments that you can think of that were the best for you?
Definitely starting my business. I would
I'm sorry,
definitely
say
say
one more
start.
time.
I said definitely starting my business. I'm at
Oh,
work, so I
yes.
really.
That's
Can you hear me?
awesome. Yeah, I can hear you a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
that's
but that's
that's
it. That's pretty
definitely
much it.
congratulations on that. Starting a business is a big deal, and we noticed that in 2020, a lot of people um, kind of picked up and started their business. We have a ton of bakers around us now. Paulette has her hair oils. Pam has her workout group. Um, and I am going to try to find some time to jump back into the workout group because of all the bakers who started their businesses in 2020. Like Miss Patsy, Enon, Lisa, all those guys. Pastor Sean Edmonds, I had his peach cobbler pound cake. Lord have mercy. Whoa, Jesus. Yes, so we have a lot of people who started their business, and we are so excited about it. So tell me, what are you guys looking forward to in this year? What do you think? What are your goals?
Mm. My goal is to prayerfully get my certificate to become a fitness instructor, a
Nice.
group fitness instructor. So that's my goal. Um, Supposedly in May. So pray for me, y'all, because this exam looks like it's going to be a killer. So that's I think that's one of my goals, and hopefully I'll be able to get back to school as well to get my bachelor's. So we'll see.
Nice. Those are some good goals. Tiffany, what do you have?
I am just looking forward. Well, one of my goals is as far as um my career or industry, just to take some leaps of faith in that. Um, for for a while I had been, kind of like, I won't, I don't think I can. You know how sometimes you doubt yourself, but
Hmm.
in 2021, I'm going for what I want and making those steps to go where I want to go. So I'm looking forward to that once the hospitality industry gets back on track. So that's what I'm looking forward to. One of the things.
That's
And then
good.
just and being able to just hang out with my family, um, and just be able to not have to worry about, did you get your COVID test? Are you negative? Like, set, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So just want to, I just want, yeah, to be with family again.
I hear that.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Paulette, do you have any thoughts? What are you looking forward to in 2021?
Doing the Cupid shuffle.
Yes. Yes. I'm going to join you too, Paulette. I'm going to join you.
I know that's right. Do the Cupid shuffle. Yes. I
Like in the
can't wait.
streets, like
Yes.
blocking cars, like all of that. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm sick of this.
Yes.
It would be real cool if we could have a big old PK's block party somewhere.
Okay.
And
Long as we
Yes.
doing the Cupid shuffle.
yeah, absolutely. That is required. I would love to do that. I was actually thinking for my birthday, I might want to do something. I haven't figured out what that is going to be yet. Something virtual, but also fun. But yeah, I think we all have to pivot and kind of think creatively about how we do what we like to do. It's just a different world, and I think we're going to have to keep that creativity hat on for a good while. I really, I really believe that.
Hmm.
I really believe that. So let me ask you this because I'm not going to hold you guys very long today. Let me ask you this. What do you think your key takeaways from this experience have been? Because I'm not really a person that, was speaking the flush 2020 down the toilet and I'm done. And because as painful as it has been, like we've lost friends, we've lost family, and a lot of that was very difficult because we couldn't be there to console each other and things of that nature. So yeah, we definitely had some painful spots. I'm not going to downplay that. But I also believe that each challenge that you overcome sets you up for the ability to overcome the next challenge as well. Right. So, what are some of those things that you may have taken away in this season?
For
Time is
me,
extreme. Oh, I'm sorry. Go
go
ahead.
ahead, Paulette.
Time is extremely valuable. Everything. Time is extremely valuable. That's just it. Make good use of your time.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Make good use of your time. Spend it doing things that make sense. You know, we get bogged down with all the negativity that goes on in the world. And don't get me wrong, you definitely have to still be in tune with life and things, but spend time doing things that make you happy, that make you laugh, that make you not regret the day. Like I should
Absolutely.
have been doing something else. So, yep, that's where I'm at.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. And Pam, you were going to say something as well?
Pretty much similar to what she just said. Like no more procrastination either. Like life is so short. Um, and I agree with her. Like time, all you have is well, you don't have much time. So whatever
Mhm.
you want to do, I think you should just go ahead and do it. Just take that faith step and just say, I'm going to do it. It is scary, especially for me because I'm always like not so sure of my decision. I hate when I second guess myself. So I just, go to God in prayer and just, guide my every step. So yeah, so time is short. So do what you can, and lead. And also like talking to your friends and family that you haven't talked to. Like I had a lot of opportunities to talk to friends about who God is and bringing them to Christ and whatnot. So it's been very interesting on that because it's like you're forced because you're not in church and you can't just talk to church people. You have to
Mm,
talk to your friends at work and your neighbors and whatnot. So it's like I'll say for myself, I'm literally forced to say something about my faith. And at the end, it feels good. It's like, wow, God, I did it. Like, so I've done it before, but it always been in the comfortable environment. So now I'm in this uncomfortable position now. It's like, it's
mhm.
even more forced.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, definitely some unique opportunities to, talk to people about God. And I always say, like, our organization is not a religious organization. However, the folks that you see on this screen, we are all unapologetically Christian. And God and salvation and all of that is going to come up at some point. But
Mhm.
but that's what helps us keep our hope and keeps us motivated, keeps us moving, right? KL
Mhm.
Mac, it's good to see you on this morning. I did forget to see a couple of other people. Lisa Morgan Grant is on. Melissa Day has been on. My brother Corey Cook from Erie has been on. Um, it's good to see you all, and please feel free to leave your comments. Um, Ms. Mack, we are definitely looking forward to continuing conversations with you as well. We have some things coming up in this year that are exciting, so we're looking forward to having you involved in all of that. Um, let's see, Tiffany, what were your takeaways?
As I said in the beginning, the whole time, and a lot of times somebody will cross your mind, like, oh, I'll give them a call later, and
Mm,
the day happens and we forget. But
Mhm.
one thing I try to do is if someone crossed my mind, even if it's just let me send a quick text,
Mhm.
hey, you crossed my mind today, just thinking of you, blah blah blah, because you don't, what I'm saying, you don't want to have that. I don't want to say not necessarily regret, like, dang, I should have reached out when I did, because you never know when, a kind word or just, you saying, hey, thinking about you, miss you, love you, it may be something that someone needs.
mhm,
Um, so that, and another takeaway is that um, definitely faith and prayer and God, it
Mhm.
helps to get you through. And I don't think that I would have gotten through a lot of the things that have happened, just, because me, I like to be social, and to be
mhm,
confined, it put me in a totally different space. And then with the hospitality industry and the devastation that I was in a space where I'm like, well, wait a minute, I'm not getting up every day to go to work. And I had to really put that part of my, my belief, like, if you know you gonna trust them, you're gonna trust them. And that's one thing that I'm proud to say that, I'm at a point now where like, God, you got it.
Mhm.
And I trust you to take care of it, and I don't worry about it. And also another takeaway is that you have to find time to take time for yourself. A lot of times as women, we're mostly doing everything for family, but we forget about us. It's okay to be selfish in that point, because if you're not a good you can't be whatever you need to be for your family. You can't be a great mom, wife, or sister, or whatever else your families need to be. So it's all right to be selfish and take time for you. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, those were
And
some good
I'm
ones.
just thankful, thankful God has kept us. A lot of times I didn't mean to cut you up. They
That's
had
okay.
said
You're
in the
good.
beginning that this pandemic is going to, they said, especially like for marriages, it's going, some might not survive. Mine has survived, and we have endured. And I think that our relationship is even better. And we made it through. And so I'm just thankful for God to that, for keeping us as well.
Yes, absolutely. Um, yeah, 2020 definitely tested relationships for sure. But I think in a good way, mostly if you took it for what it was, like Daryl and I, we didn't kill each other either. We're still thriving, we're still surviving, and in a lot of ways, because the two of us, we both keep very busy calendars, and so in a lot of ways, it helped us to collaborate on some things that we would not have collaborated on before, and so that was, really good, and it also saved some time. So and learning things, from him in terms of technology and, other things he, motivating me to, step outside of my box, the box that I put myself in, and, doing things differently. So those were definitely some good relationship takeaways from us. The fact that we can learn from each other. And you're right, Tiffany. KL Mack is agreeing with you. Self-care is not selfish. We have to remember that. Monique is on. Hello, my sister Monique Whitaker. I still owe you um, some communication. I am going to be reaching out to you really soon, Monique. Selena also um, spoke up. She said, 2020 has taught me more about my limitations and acknowledging them in better time management. Ooh, Lord. Time management and knowing when to say no, right? And that's the thing about me. I don't say no very well. And I'm sure there are some others that are like me out there. I don't say no very well. And so it hems me up in a lot of different ways. And I find myself stuck sometimes. And I have to, do some things to loosen myself from all of that. Um, let's see, what else are we getting? The pandemic has taught me not to take life for granted. I've become closer to my family. Being virtual has given me the ability to reach more people more often than I did pre-pandemic. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think using technology, using social media in a different way. A lot of people complained about social media and how evil it can be. And I really just attribute that to people who decide to use social media incorrectly. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of us kind of turned it to good, right? More on FaceTime, more on Facebook, more on Instagram, WhatsApp, all of that. Just trying to use those things to keep connected. Absolutely. We have another comment. Let's see. Selena says 2020 tested relationships, but also made us prioritize the relationships that matter and to end those that were draining or toxic. Woo, Jesus. Did she just preach a sermon right there?
Yes, Bishop King. I want to go back on mute.
Yes, Selena, you are absolutely right. I think in general, that's a good lesson for 2020. and get rid of those toxic relationships. Lord have mercy. Let's see. Yeah, Monique, I see your smile. I'll be hitting you up, sis. Let's see. Melissa is on. She says, "Good morning. I've never been more adaptive to the quickly changing world, but I learned." Oh, Lord, we all had to learn to adapt. That is the whole truth. If anything else, we had to learn how to pivot and pivot quickly. Um, and then be creative in, being adaptive in pivoting to the things that we need to pivot to. We were tested that way with our conference last year. We were really looking forward to partnering with one of the organizations in the city of Philly. Um, and then we had to pivot and go virtual. And I think that's okay. And I think it impacted the people that it needed to impact. And I think we've learned how to cast our net a little bit wider. So I can't wait until this coming summer because we're going to do our virtual seminar series again, and it'll look a little bit different than it did last year. And again, it's all good. Those are all things that we've learned and we have to pivot to. Selena's laughing. Bishop King. Yes, Lord. Who else do we have out here? Monique says 2020 taught me to be more patient with God's process over mine. Woo! That is another sermon right there. Yes, Lord, for sure. Yeah, enough said right there. Being patient with God's process over our own. That's major right there. That is major. I want to remind you guys that we are actually broadcasting on YouTube at the same time we are on Facebook. So make sure you go out and check us out. If you hashtag the PKs Talk Back, you will, if I can spell, you will find it out there. Make sure you subscribe. Also, make sure you're sharing our Facebook page. We're also on Instagram at the PKTV. So make sure you're hitting us up on all social media. We are going to be doing some things. Now, I'm going to make this announcement. The board of directors of the PK's Talkback knows that I've been talking about going on podcast and doing a little bit more, being a little bit more visible. And I actually started making waves doing just that. So beginning in April, we're going to begin broadcasting at least once a month, different interviews with people, and we're just going to call it PK Life. That's the series that we're going to be on. We're going to do PK Life and get that John. Oh, I just said John. We're going to get it popping. And that is only going to stream on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and you hit that bell so you're notified when we are live. I am excited about the possibilities for what we can do as an organization. And again, you know that we're not about bashing our friends, our family, our churches, or the churches that our parents have pastored in the past. We are not about that. We are about being a resource for you, being a support for you, being a network for you, and getting on the path to healing together. So that is what we are based on, and that is everything that we touch is going to have that tenor to it. So make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you stay in touch with us on Facebook. If you have things that you want to comment on, we want to hear from you. We want to have a dialogue with you. So make sure that you are commenting, you're sharing, you're liking, you're subscribing, you're following us, because we have some stuff coming down the pike. We got some stuff coming down the pike, and we don't want you to miss it. We are more than a Philly organization. We are for all people everywhere, all PKs everywhere, all PKs in any denomination. We know that our stories can be very unique. And and we want to be that safe place for you. So yeah, join in, join in, join in. Uh, Monique said, Philly girl. I am a Pittsburgh girl at heart, but I also have Philly. I've been here. It's going to be 30 years this year, Pam, since we landed in this city, man.
Crazy.
You see, I'm repping the Steelers today. And yes, although my boy Antonio Brown decided to go down to Tampa Bay, I still like Antonio Brown and I'm praying for the brother. Yes, Melissa's laughing at me saying join on live. We are who we are. What you see is definitely what you get with us. Yay, PK Life Podcast. Yes, we are going to get that started. So make sure you are following us and subscribe to us on YouTube. Let's see, what else do we have going on? And am I missing anything? No, I'm not. So it's interesting. I did hear from one of the members of our board that was under the weather, and I'm actually fighting a little something myself. But it's funny that I got the two less talkative people on this live today. And I know Paulette is working, so it's been an interesting broadcast, but it is all good. You guys have shared some jewels with us today, and I definitely appreciate you sharing and being transparent. Monique says prayer can bring anyone back, even a football player, to the right team. Yes, that's right. He can bring Antonio Brown back to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Monique. Yes. Speak life. Speak life.
Speak life.
Do you know how mad? You know how mad I was watching the Super Bowl and seeing him catch them Jones, man. I said it again. I was so upset. I'm like, but I'm gonna let him live. I'm gonna let him live. Let Antonio do what he got to do right now. Yes. You have an amazing day too. It's always good to see you, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you. Reach out anytime you need to. Have a blessed day. All right. So if there is nothing else, I am going to let you all go. My stomach is being really disrespectful right now. I didn't really eat that much yesterday because I wasn't feeling well, so it's being real disrespectful right now. Any last words you want to share with our audience? Y'all are so funny. Oh my
God. I'll just encourage everybody just to stay motivated, stay safe. We're praying for you guys. And like Siobhan said, this is this is just to keep each other lifted, all our PKs, fellow PKs and whatnot. So we love you guys and we hope to chat with you all soon.
Yes, sir. Tiffany's like, yeah.
What Pam said.
Yes, we are all about uplifting PKs. We can commiserate about the things that we've experienced all day long, but at the end of the day, it's about what we are going to do to lift each other. And that's what we are all about. So make sure you tag a PK, share this video. Make sure, again, you subscribe, you like, you follow, all of that good stuff. We are looking forward to being with you again soon. I am certain that something's going to come up next month, both in March and April. And again, I'm trying to figure out what to do with my birthday, and maybe I'll just hang out with PKs on my birthday. So we'll see. We'll see. Just keep your eye out for us. Love you guys. So thankful to have been with you today. I hope you have a phenomenal day. Make today what it's supposed to be. Make it wonderful. Have a great day, everybody.
Do a virtual Cupid shuffle for your birthday.
Yes, virtual Cupid shuffle.
I was
People shuffle.
I was shampooing some hair. I was trying to get to the phone real fast so I could tell you all that. I think we should be having a virtual.
For her
I mean,
birthday.
it's not really. I mean, we can just meet in the street with our mask on and just block it all off. That works
Meet
for
at
me
the art
too.
museum.
Meet at the art museum. That's
Hey,
a good.
you know what? Let's stop playing Pam because that can be something we do
Yes,
here.
meet at the art
That's
museum.
not a bad idea.
Bluetooth speaker. Hey, I'll set it up.
I think we should. I think that's a good idea.
That actually isn't a bad idea.
Yeah.
And see how
So
many we
that'd be
can,
an
how
awesome
many
birthday
people, not
show.
even necessarily just us, to get involved. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You know the public is going to join in. That would be a huge birthday show.
So,
see, I
social media, talk back to me if we have a virtual Cupid shuffle or if we meet at the art museum, are you going to show up? Because I'll do it. You know, I'm crazy. I will do it. Oh, Monique says she's in. Yes, let me know. And then we can go live and then people can join the Cupid shuffle and whatever other craziness we get into. Yes, I am with it. We can plan that. Now, my birthday falls on a Monday. The day before is actually Easter Sunday. So we will have to figure that out. Maybe the Saturday before or the Saturday after.
Saturday
mean, it
or
ain't like we
Sunday.
doing a whole bunch of inside the church. No way. Let that be our church service.
Right? Do it
Really?
on a Sunday. Sunday
Really?
afternoon. Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon after our virtual services, we'll meet
Yeah.
at the art museum.
But she already dancing.
Melissa Day said she's in. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait.
Did y'all see me? Okay,
Yeah, we saw you.
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Yes, let's get it. I'm with it. All right. So somebody do up a flyer for me for April 4th. We
Yeah,
really going to do that Sunday?
Why
All right.
not?
Sunday, April 4th, meet us at the art museum and we'll have our PK's Lives Matter shirts on. How about that?
Yes.
Sunday, April 4th, we
You have
doing
to
the
get some
Cupid
more
Shuffle
paid.
at the Art Museum.
Yeah, we'll have our PK's Lives Matter joint going on.
Yeah, listen, we can sell shirts too.
I mean, true.
Yep.
We can actually do that.
Let's get
Yep.
listen. PK's Lives Matter.
Yes,
I like
indeed.
that.
And saved. And
Especially
with
today.
Tiffany's joint, you can get these hands in Jesus' name.
I like that one.
We gonna have all of them available on April 4th.
Yes.
Let's see
Yes.
what somebody's saying. Monique, God has taught us to do things different. Sunday is not just for church anymore. I mean, that's true. That's true. So we're going to get out and do our birthday Cupid shuffle on that day. Yes.
I think that should be. Yes, that'll be a good idea.
I'm
Yeah,
with it.
that would be nice. Pray for good weather.
Yes, because it's early April. So, yeah, hopefully the sun is shining. And then we'll have a rain date just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sounds good
Yep.
to me.
All right. So now that you guys on Facebook and YouTube have seen what some of our board meetings look like.
This is it. This is us.
Like real talk. Yeah, so we just planned a whole event in front of you. So this is what we do.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Again, it is so good being with you. And don't forget, I played that song by Jonathan Baker when we were opening up. The EP is called Let Us Stand, and the song that I actually played is Tell It To. Tell It To. So make sure you look up Jonathan Baker. He's actually a pastor's kid as well. His father pastors in Erie, Pennsylvania. Jonathan is a phenomenal musician, singer, and he does hip hop as well. So make sure you check him out. And if you have other artists that we don't know about and you want to broadcast, let us know. Hit us up in the messenger or something like that. And what we do want to do is lift up PKs, right? So in whatever you're doing, whatever your business, let us know about it and we'll get it out there for you. Okay. All right, peoples. Good to be with you again. I hope you have a phenomenal Saturday and we'll talk soon. Look out for us.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.